Hi, my name is Roy, and I'm your corporate chaplain and change coach, where the content is all about helping us thrive personally and professionally. Today, I want to talk about something that's been deeply impactful in my life, in my work, personally and professionally, as a chaplain and coach, and that's the art of asking better questions. Now, part of my work is that I'm a trained spiritual director. I'm a chaplain in corporate settings, and I also am a leadership coach for AE Sloan. And I have to work on asking questions, and I thought that was kind of an easy thing to do, but it takes some effort and some planning. And it's something I'm constantly trying to develop and work on. One thing that I'm realizing is that we live in a time where obviously people are more digitally connected than ever, right? Like you can access the world, right, with this thing right here. And yet all the stats show that we are more lonely and more isolated and withdrawn than ever. We scroll, we text, we may even meet, but often it feels like it's just like it's not enough, like it's surface. So what if the real path to connection is having, it's not about having more conversations or more scrolling, but maybe it's about us learning how to ask better questions to one another. And author J.R. Briggs offers a simple but powerful framework that's helped me become more intentional in how I listen and connect. And we had to read this recently for our team. And so he has this framework where he's got 4 levels of good questions. And the first level is you're asking questions for information. These are safe, surface level, but not in I'm not saying that in the cynical or critical way, but those questions are up here in the head, right? Like, what's your name? Where are you from? What do you do for work? How long have you been here? Things like that. They offer straightforward information to kind of get to know the context and what's happening, right? But not so much meaning at that point, which is great. That's what it's for. Level 2 are questions for interaction. These are building a little more empathy, like how are you feeling about going into today's meeting, or what was the work week like for you, and or what's been meaningful for you this week at home or at work. These questions start to create more connection with others. The third level is questions for understanding. These invite us into trust and vulnerability. Hey, what's keeping you up at night these days? What feels challenging to you? What feels exciting? What feels like you're being invited into? These are the questions where there's more genuine relationships that are deepening and maybe even healing that starts to happen. And then finally, level 4 are questions for transformation. These are the deep soul sacred questions, the ones that require you to really get to the core of what's going on. Deep courage, deep trust. When do you feel mostly seen or fully seen? Or when do you feel valued and cared for? Those level 4 questions are with a few people. I'm thinking of a few people in my life right now who get to ask me those questions and who I get to share those questions with. Most of us live in level 1 and 2, and that's great. It's quick, efficient, transactional. But real thriving, personally and professionally, happens when we move into those deeper questions where we're building trust. So here's a simple reflection. Think of a few conversations you've had. At what level did you live in, and what's a better way for you to increase the questions for deeper connection with one another. Thanks for watching, and remember, we're here to help each other thrive personally and professionally.